What is today? It is another mental health Monday. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter one because I have things I got to do. It's why it's a little bit earlier today, but we adapt, we change, we thrive. So, I'm going to say my spiel real quick, get it out of the way, and turn you off because you will just make annoying sounds. Sorry about that. I'm not a professional in any way. I am currently working towards my master's, so I will be a professional soon enough. Um, so whatever you learn here, whatever you hear here, make sure you take it with a grain of salt. Not everything I say is facts. I do try to back it up and like look up things beforehand. So if you feel the need to fact check me, fact check me. But today we are talking about support systems. So support systems can range from about anything to friends, colleagues, family, um, coworkers, bosses, kind of any relationship that you have that you feel kind of supported in. And just they are so significant when it comes to helping with mental health. They are such a significant pillar in helping you through things. It's not really their job to, but just being able to have that support is like knowing that you have this pillar to kind of rely on and lean on when things might get a little tough. Um, yeah, I mean, a lot of it stems from like friendships. They tend to be friends, close friends. You can have a lot of really good friends, but it's the real ones that like know you for who you truly are. That's kind of what it comes down to your support systems and just how important they are to you. Support systems are a huge thing counselors rely on too, um, to really try and focus on with the client, just to kind of show them that people care for them in this world, especially if they do have certain ideations that may push them to kind of think negative thoughts about themselves and stuff, and to kind of reflect on that. Counselors will really kind of push for that idea of support system and like what can you do with them or what can they do for you that will help you kind of feel this way that you're working towards or this goal that um, you're trying to attain. Support systems, again, they can be you can be part of your you yourself can be a part of your support system. You do live with yourself the longest out of anybody. That's the longest relationship that you have. That takes a little work to talk about with the client. Yeah, I mean, you are in a relationship with yourself too. I mean, it's kind of a weird concept to think about, but it is, and it's true to kind of think like that and say that, and you can be part of your own support system because you should support yourself and try to in the best case scenarios. But yeah, then again, having the support systems of family members, and just reflecting on that, not everyone um has that privilege. Not everyone has a support system that they're able to rely on. A lot of the times, when we see mental health problems, it can stem from that. Certain abandonment issues, just relationship issues, and kind of just when that is a significant problem, we have to realize that not everyone has this privilege of having these support systems and being able to use them and utilize them and lean on them when things do get tough, because I mean, let's face it, we all go through something, but we all don't have the same resources that we're able to use and kind of help to benefit our own lives. So if you have support system, that's fantastic, but not we have to realize that other people don't. And that's just like another reason that kind of just being like, just be kind to everyone. Like, it doesn't cost anything to be kind, and you never know what kind of someone's going through. And especially if they need support system, it could be in the smallest way, like letting someone know that they dropped something at the store or just like something like that. You really would never know um, what they're going through, and just it doesn't have to be a long-term support system, but just being there for someone in like a singular instance can kind of reflect to someone who doesn't have a support system. So it kind of ties in with that saying, like, always uh just be kind. There's no reason not to be. And there's a lot of people in this world that choose to not be kind. And yeah, again, it's just you really don't know what someone's going through and how significant a support system for someone can really be. Um, we also talk about, especially if our client is struggling with support or support systems, we try to turn to the community. And in certain scenarios, it's beneficial, but also it can be tricky because in this country, we are so individualistic. As opposed to other cultures where they tend to be more collectivistic, and reflecting onto your community can be real beneficial because people in your community kind of know what it's like to live in the same community and kind of live similar lives, to whether it be financially or just kind of like physically around, just like knowing the neighborhood and stuff, and knowing the families around it. It's just kind of, it creates that connection that you and the other person have. And what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. But um oops, sorry. I didn't have time to turn this on, so let's go 1 hour. Um, oh yeah, turning to your community or any spiritual or religious leaders. That's also a good one that we kind of dive into, because support can kind of come from any like churches or whatever religious affiliation you might be. That is something we talk to and explore. And maybe they're not religious or spiritual, but we can kind of, there's always friends to be made, and there's always connections to be made. So we always try to strive for, even if they may not be religious right now, or if they're like kind of interested in it, we kind of um help talk to them and see like and explore the different pathways to see if that may be something they may want to go down, because it might be interesting to see what kind of happens from it. They may feel more supported in their role and kind of who they're becoming, and it may even help with identity, especially when it comes to like community and religious affiliation, when it comes to support systems, just because it's a group that they can all kind of connect on, and realize and share those same experiences within that religion or community. And those are very strong and important when working with a client who might not have a good support system. I mean, not everyone does. I mean, if we're being honest. And I think that's something, again, to reflect on. Like, if you have a good support system, that is absolutely fantastic. Um, but I think everyone should kind of work to work to be other people's support systems. And I mean, I know for the most part, I personally have a very good support system. I have my family, my girlfriend. I have fantastic friends. I have so many fantastic friends that mean the world to me, and I'm truly blessed. And I understand like the privilege that I have to be able to have that, and I try not to take them for granted. But I mean, eventually, at some points, we all kind of do, and it's it can be like an unfortunate feeling once you kind of reflect on like, damn, I really should have focused on that relationship more or whatever, because some people will just drop a dime to be someone that you can lean on. And kind of looking back on it, you may have not have been the same kind of person. So I think just working towards and just knowing who your people are, like your people, is a big thing to kind of really focus on too, because you can have people who you may call your support system, but kind of when you reflect on it, they may not be the best for your mental health or for your relationships or kind of anything. So again, it's just the practice of self-awareness. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but self-awareness is a big one we talk about. And it may feel like some people are your support system, but if they're just adding to the toxicity or just negatively to the relationship in any way, that's really not support. That's just someone who there may be some manipulation in it. There may be some just kind of ill will towards the person, and just kind of reflecting on that and realizing that you don't have to rely on these people, especially if you know that it's a toxic relationship, but you think that you might like that's just kind of what your support system entails. There are other people out there. There are new friends out there you haven't met. That's one of that goes with the saying, "A stranger's just a friend you haven't met yet." I know that's a dangerous idea and thing, but I mean, it's true to some extent, but I think that is something kind of important to talk about too. But it goes without saying too that your support systems may look at you the same way that you look at them. And again, that goes with the treat others how you want to be treated. If you're treating your friends exactly how you'd want them to treat you in the scenario where you may be down, you may be depressed, you may be anxious, and just really wanting them to kind of reciprocate those feelings or emotions. But drawing the line without setting like the standard, um, because they can do that for you, or you can do that for them. You can be their support system, but you shouldn't assume that they're all automatically going to be your support system as well, because they may not be able to see what you've gone through, or really feel for you. And again, that just goes with kind of saying like knowing who your people are and knowing who your support system is. There is, um, oh, I'm gonna draw a complete blank on this one. There's this one Bowen theory. It helps with family therapy, and I know one of the techniques is to write a. Oh, I'm gonna draw a complete blank. What is that called? Uh, Bowen. Looking it up. I'm sorry. Bowen theory. What is that called? Oh, it could be family mapping, but there was another name for it. Um, techniques, probably under techniques is my guess. Hmm. Well, there's this one in Bowen theory where basically you kind of write out family members, friends, and kind of draw connecting lines, and each line represents something. And you can do this at home. You can look it up. I wish I remembered what it was called off the top of my head. We talk about it all the time. There's someone in our class who really, really loves bone theory. And when she talks about it, she mentions this all the time. Um, Yeah, I cannot think of it, but it's an important thing, and it helps a lot with family dynamics and family for problems within the family, especially family therapy. And those lines that you're drawing to each family member or friend or colleague, um, it kind of represents a relationship or something that's important, and it has some meaning to it. And this is a technique that you may be able to use at home when reflecting on who um, your support system might be, because it might help you allow and really kind of sit back and think like if you were sorry if you were really um, going through it, or if you were going through a really tough time, or you're in crisis, like kind of just doing this technique, it would allow you to really reflect on who you'd be able to go to, and you really think about it and know who might be able to kind of reciprocate feelings and just be really empathetic towards you. And this can just be kind of um, give you kind of ease of mind when it comes to um, your support systems, and just knowing that you have people there if you need them. Again, I need to find this Bowen theory. Genogram? Yeah, it's a genogram. I did know the word. I was thinking that was something else. Basically, it's what a genogram is. I mean, usually that's done with like the family tree, but there are scenarios where you can do it with support systems and other people in your life that may not be a part of your family, but it's used in certain techniques and certain aspects when it comes to family and um, any type of therapy that includes needing to kind of know your support systems and stuff. That's a good one to reflect on. Um, but today was just a short, quick one. I didn't really have much to say. I just know support systems are a huge talking point, especially in the clinical counseling field. I hope you have a good support system, and if you don't, I advise you to look towards community members or religious affiliations, and that's usually a good first step into kind of meeting new people that may be part of your support system. Um, but thank you for sitting in, watching, and allowing me to talk about mental health. Um, I will see you guys next Monday. Thank you for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe so you can tune in each Monday or watch my other videos. And I will see you guys next Monday. And I hope you are taking care of your mental health. See you guys.